Hi, this is Rachel with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you how to make an adjustable beaded ring using the Artistic Wire Adjustable Ring Jig. So if you've seen the adjustable charm bangles, this is really similar except it's in ring form. So as you can see, you can open it and close it and it adjusts its size. So you can accommodate different ring sizes, and if you're making gifts for people, this is perfect for that because if you're not sure exactly what size you need, make an adjustable ring and it will fit whoever you're giving it to. So as you can see, this jig has two sizes. It has a smaller size for smaller rings and a larger size for larger rings. And these different sizes also accommodate different stiffnesses of wire. So if you're going to use a half hard wire, you would use the smaller form here because the wire will spring open a bit after you take it off of the form. Or if you're using soft wire, you would use the larger form. You can use different gauges of wire with this jig, but keep in mind that since you're making a ring, it'll take some wear and tear, so you don't want it to be too flimsy. So for this ring, I used 20 gauge wire, and for this ring, I used 22 gauge wire, and as you can see, it's a slightly more delicate, a bit of a finer look. So let me show you how to do this. You're going to need the Artistic Wire ring jig. You'll need some wire. I'm going to use this 22 gauge gold wire. You'll need some beads, whatever you want to put on your ring, or charms too. And as for tools, you will need some flush cutters, some nylon jaw pliers to straighten your wire, and some flat nose and round nose pliers. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is measure about 6 inches of wire. It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm just going to leave it on the spool, take my nylon jaw pliers, and straighten this wire a bit. Because it just doesn't look very nice when you have kinks in your wire. And these nylon jaw pliers do not scratch the wires, so it's great for just getting those little curvatures out. So then you're going to cut your wire. And I'm going to use the larger form on this jig. So what you want to do is just lay your wire in the jig like this. Just lay it across the jig with a little bit of the wire coming off of the bottom. And what you want to do is just bend the wire tail up around this peg on the side and squeeze it together, make it a nice tight curvature. And then you want to keep holding your wire on the jig and start curving it around the form and get it between the form and the other peg on the left side. Keep wrapping it around. I'm going to switch hands. And you want to again get it between the form and this peg on the right. Go around again. And stop right about here. So you can make these adjustable rings with or without beads. If you're going to make it without beads, at this point, I would wrap this wire tail up around this peg and take it off of the form. But since you want to put beads on it, we need a straight wire tail to put the beads on. So I'm going to stop over here, and now I'm just going to take it off the form. And the wire just sprung open a little bit. So now I'm just going to put my beads on the wire. And I think I'm going to do some seed beads, followed by a gold bead, and some more seed beads. These are size 11-0 Toho seed beads, and they fit really easily on this 22 gauge wire. You can use any type of beads you like. Fire polish fits well on here, gemstones. Okay, I think that's all the beads that I want to put on here. So now I'm going to slide the beads around onto the portion of the wire where it's just one ring. I'm not going to keep the beads where there are two wraps because that's going to be the adjusting mechanism, and I want the beads on the single wrap there. So at this point, if your beads are small, you can actually pop this back onto your form and continue pulling the wire around this peg. But many times if you're going to be using bigger beads, then it might not fit back on your form, so I'm going to show you how to finish this ring without putting it back on the form. So basically you have a loop on the right here, and you want to make another loop on the left. So I'm going to take round nose pliers and just roll the wire upward to make a similar loop. And now I'm going to take my flush cutters, and with the flush side facing the ring, I'm just going to cut off the wire tail, just leaving a bit of that curved loop there. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, and we're going to make the adjustable mechanism. So I'm going to grab this curvature between the jaws of my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to bend the outer curved side toward the second wrap of the wire. So just like this. So now this is what your ring should look like. I'm going to bend it a little bit more. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to grab that curve and bend it toward the other wrap of the ring. And now I'm just going to pop the other wrap of the wire into that curve. And the last step is to close up these curves so it grips the other wrap of the wire. So I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers and gently squeeze, trapping the other wire wrap in this little loop. So there's one side closed up. And there's the other side. So now you have a wire ring that's adjustable. You can pull it and it will open up, or you can close it. This is a larger size for me, but as you can see, this will fit any size finger depending on which size form you use on the jig. So that is how to make an adjustable wire ring using the Artistic Wire Adjustable Ring Jig. You can find all of these supplies at Beadaholique.com. Thanks for watching.